Hello, Gemini. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your May 2020 reading. So I'm going to go into what's coming up for you in May. What's your story, Gemini? So a couple of announcements first. If you want a private reading with me, I'll pop a link up there to book in for one of those. That's my general readings. I get all of my readings out within 24 hours of you booking them. And you'll see when you click that link, you can choose what area of your life you want it to be about, like work, love, money, general, health, that kind of thing. But if you've got a specific question for your higher self, so maybe you want a medium reading, or you've got a question about your life or a particular relationship, then you can have one of those readings too. Just click on the link on that page when you book that says contact us and ask your questions in there. And that's what I'll give you the reading about. Also, Gemini, throughout the month of May, you can add on an energy healing to any reading that you book for half price. And so an energy healing for 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars when you add it on to something that you're booking, to a reading that you're booking. You'll see that option to add that on. Also, throughout May, I'm going to be having my half price reading sales at the weekends. Now, I'm getting so busy with these now that it might stop. I might have to stop doing them some point in May. But right now, at the end of April, I'm thinking that I'm still going to be able to do those half price reading sales throughout the month of May. And so you can check out on my website what the half price reading is each weekend just by visiting the website. Or you can check out the videos that I upload on Friday nights and on Saturday nights. That's in my time zone, which is Thailand. And the videos, those reading videos will go in, and I'll tell you what that reading is that's in the half price sale. So without further ado, Gemini, what's going on? What's going on in May for our Geminis? I'm Gemini rising, so I'm always interested in this one. Lockdown, more than lockdown. This is more than lockdown. Being willing to spend time alone. This is like breakup. If you've been in a relationship, Gemini, it's possible for some of you that that relationship could break up. This could be also having losing your job, that kind of thing. There's a rift. There's some. This is asking you to be willing to have that gap, that time away from other people, even if it's imposed on you. Whether you've chosen it yourself or not, whether you've broken that relationship of yourself or not, whether you've detached from those friendships or not, you know, you being the chooser of that, or whether you decided to quit that job or not. There is time out from the people that you've been around, time alone. And this month is about you being willing to embrace that time alone. So Gemini, this is like a call this month to get true to yourself, to get back to your own energy. You know, when we hang out with other people too much, we take on their own energy. That's what human beings do. We take on people's vibrations. Actually, we take on their vibrations. So two people stood next to each other, their hearts will start beating in time with each other. Their brain waves will start going to the same frequency as their brain waves. I used to be a neurotherapist. I know this stuff. I've seen it happen. Change my brain state, and the person sat next to me changes their brain state too. So we're actually physical vibrational beings, like we match people's energy. And so the people that you're hanging out with, the people that you're working with, the people that you were around, those friendship groups that you had, or the relationship that you were in, you were taking on their vibration. You can't help but do that. We can't help but do that. You know, we can ask for like psychic protection and all of that, but that's always going to happen. It's called entrainment. We get on the same vibe as the people that we were around. And so when you are willing to spend time alone, that gives you that chance to get back to your own vibration, to get back to who you really are, your choice of vibration, rather than it's kind of being pushed around by everyone else's vibration. Yeah. That's why it's so important to take time by ourselves, right? Even when you're in a relationship, right? This is why it's important to have our alone time to do our own thing within a romantic relationship, so that we can get back to ourselves. Remember, that person that we get into a relationship with, they get into a relationship with us when we were by ourselves. They fell in love with us for who we are when we're in our own vibration, not for who we are when we're in a relationship with them. Yeah. And so it's very important to take that time. And if you haven't been doing that, Gemini, if you're the kind of person that gets into a relationship and then you're just like with them all the time, do everything together, move in with them really fast, that kind of thing, then you just got to watch out for that. You need to stay on your life path, because that kind of behavior, Gemini, it's not good for you. It takes you away from your own unique vibration, but it also takes you off your life path too. You get too involved in someone else's life path when you don't take time for yourself like that, when you don't take time out for yourself. So this month is all about you getting back to yourself, Gemini. Getting back to your own vibration requires you to spend time alone. And so if you are reacting to a breakup, if it's been imposed on you, reacting to a breakup, losing a job, or friends not hanging out with you anymore, not that we can anyway at the moment, right, with lockdown, but that kind of thing, if that's been imposed on you and you're reacting to that, this is your higher self saying, oh, hang on a minute, this is actually good for you. This is like something that you've not been doing for yourself, so you've been placed into this position now so you can get back to yourself, get in your own vibration. It's actually a good thing for you, so don't resist that. Also, Gemini, for those Geminis that you made that decision to leave that job, to leave that relationship, or to leave those friendships, you're still in reaction, right? You know, it doesn't make it, it might make it a little bit easier when we've made that decision, but it doesn't make it a whole lot easier. We've still got to go through that same detachment process, right? And so, yeah, similar, Gemini, if you've made those decisions, you still could be feeling the effects of that. You might be blaming yourself for it. If it was you that made the decision, blaming yourself for this void that you find yourself in. So just watch out for that too. It's actually a good thing for you, Gemini. So just be willing to spend this time alone, because it's important you get back to your vibration. So what else in May, or where is that leading to? Yeah, it's getting back to yourself. So this is just more information about that same guidance. Gemini, this is a really good month to journal. If you haven't journaled before, you just get yourself a book. Get yourself an empty exercise book or something and write down your thoughts and your feelings every day. Get it out of you. This is a great way of getting really in tune with yourself and what's inside of you. Because when we just stay in our heads, when we're just thinking and we don't write it down, we don't develop those ideas properly. We don't get those emotions and those thoughts out of ourselves. You might be surprised. When I journal, I'm surprised at what comes out of me. It's not stuff that I even knew was in me, because when I'm just in my head, I'm thinking generally the same things over and over again. I'm thinking about the same things that that are going on in my life at the time, but I'm thinking the same things about it over and over again. And which is why meditation is so important, right? To break free of that cycle. But when I journal and I start writing it down, other stuff comes out that I didn't even realize it was in me, because it's not those repeating thoughts. And so, yeah, you're being asked, take it one step at a time this month. Write down your thoughts and your feelings. You might be surprised at what comes out. You might be surprised at what was inside of you, Gemini. You'll get to know yourself. This is a month of getting to know yourself better, Gemini. And so just take it one step at a time. How are you feeling? Write it down. This is like self-therapy month for you, Gemini. Journaling. Get yourself a beautiful book as well. It's always nice, to get a beautiful journal. It doesn't have to be like a journal. You could get like a beautiful notepad or something. Something that's going to make you want to write in it. I know when I lived in Australia, I was used to get Kiki K. You seen those Australians, Kiki K shops? I used to get myself a beautiful pen and a beautiful notebook from them. That would and just write every day and put the date on top of it and make sure I do it every day, and just a beautiful notebook kind of encourages you to do that. So, Gemini, those of you that are not able to work at the moment, those of you that quit your job or your job quit on you, you've got the guilt. This is something to face while you're journaling. It's how you're feeling about that, about not being able to provide that service anymore. Now, for some of you, this is personal relationships. Yeah, for some of you, I'm picking up that it's a rift in the family. It's like you're not, there's been some kind of a blow up in your family, some kind of a rift that's gone on, and you're feeling guilty about not being there for them. But it's still, the energies of this month is about willing to be alone. So this is actually good for you all. It's good for you all, but it's not good for you if you're holding on to guilt for what you're not doing for people in your work. This could be maybe you've got a business that's on hold at the moment because of the whole COVID thing, and you're feeling guilty for not being able to support people. Just let go of that. This month is about you, Gemini. It's not about other people. This is about you. It's time to pour your energy into yourself, loving yourself, doing the best for yourself, getting to know yourself, getting back on your life track by getting to know yourself, getting back into your energy. And so it's okay. In fact, it's more than okay that you can't be of service to people at the moment, because it's time to be of service to yourself. So don't feel guilty that you're not able to spend your energy on everyone else, because it's your time, Gemini. It's your time. What else have you got going on in May? Mirror reflections make love. It was 1111. It was 1111 when I just glanced at that then. Yeah, mirror reflections and make love. This is about, I feel like some of you Geminis are just getting off this treadmill. You know, this is guidance that came up when this COVID thing first happened, but I'm feeling like you're a bit of a late bloomer with all of this, Gemini. Maybe you were one of those people that could carry on for a while, and now you're being faced with it. You can't carry on, and because your higher self wants you to start doing what you love instead. And so you've been on this treadmill of doing things that aren't exactly right for you. They could have been right for you at one point. I'm not saying it was a bad choice, but there's something even better for you now. This make love card. It's about doing what you love, doing what you're passionate about. It's like work that you would really love to do. And this is saying mirror reflections. People around you also not doing what they love too, maybe not being that happy in themselves. And you might, Gemini, have been focused on all of them not doing what they love and giving guidance out to them and saying, why don't you do that thing that you really love? And you've not been looking in the mirror, Gemini, and saying that same thing to yourself. Gemini, why aren't I doing what I love? Well, May is asking you that question. May, you've got plenty of time to look in that mirror, Gemini, and ask yourself that very same question. Why aren't you doing what you love? Why aren't you doing what you love? And if it's that you don't know what it is that you'd love to do, well, why aren't you just on the path to that? Why aren't you just surrendering to the path to find out, you know? Like we do when we're kids. We try lots of different things out, right? We go to different classes, you know, school puts on something extra at the weekends. You give it a go. I did not aerobics, gymnastics. I did gymnastics for a while just to try it out. I enjoyed it while I was doing it, but it wasn't really for me. You know, you just try different things out and then you find out who you are because of that. Well, get back to that. You know, that doesn't change when you're an adult. That's not just something that you should do when you're a kid or in your 20s, you know, traveling in your 20s to find who you are. It's an ongoing thing you can do out throughout your life. And so people around you that don't seem to have been doing what they love, well, that's you too, Gemini. That's you too, Gemini. And for those of you that are kind of doing what you love, maybe you're doing it in a way that you don't love too. I mean, I've been doing this business for 20 years, and I'm only just really beginning to really, really, really love it, like to get so much more out of it for myself now. And it's not that what I was doing was wrong before, it was kind of really similar, but now I'm doing it in a way that is really good for me, that I'm really loving too. So this isn't saying, oh, you've been off path, you've been completely wrong. I'm not saying that at all. But there's a way, there's something that you'd love even more, Gemini. Something you'd love to do even more. You're being opened up to that now, which is why you need to take this time alone so you get back to your own energy, so you can get back on that life path and listen to your guidance, those ideas and that inspiration that comes in. Yeah, it's a very quiet month for you, you know, not a lot of action, not a lot of new things or new people or anything like that going on, Gemini. Very introverted month for you. You're being prepared to let go of the past. It's like you're being prepared for a new beginning. That new beginning isn't happening, but you're in the preparation phase in May. to ending things that haven't been quite right for you. They were right for you at one point, they're not right for you now. Big endings ready for a new beginning to start, maybe in June. We'll see you next month in the reading. Interesting, Gemini. Do you like that reading? If you do, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? What's going on for you, Gemini? I'd love to hear from you. And if you would like to book in for a private reading with me, I'll pop a link just there to book in for one of those. I hope you have an awesome month of getting to know yourself better and enjoying that alone time that you've got. And journaling, don't forget to journal. That'll be a really powerful one for you because your higher self said so, Gemini. Have an awesome month. I'll see you next time. Bye.